Today on Brain Dead and Cooking, Reggie whips up some white bean, ham, and kale soup for a cold winter's day.
Zabadoo-dee-doo-da-doo-dee, zabadoo-dee-doo-ba-doo-dee, zabadoo-dee-da-da-doo-dee, da-doo-way-da-ba-doo-dee. So good to see you guys. I see that my colleagues are doing their best Kathy and Hoda imitation with their glasses of wine.
I'm Kathy.
And
Why not? I'm
look,
Hoda.
you didn't give me any, so, you know, the poor guy always loses in the end. Okay, I got it. But, you know, I love you both so much that today that I am going to do for you a really simple comfort food soup.
How simple?
It's very simple, and I'm going to tell you about it. This is my
simple.
Tuscan white bean soup with ham and kale. And
Wow.
it is pretty much kind of an Italian spin on this particular recipe. And it's so very simple. Let me tell you, these are just white kidney beans. We have our kale.
Kale is so hot now.
Oh man,
Yes,
you can put kale almost in everything
Yeah.
now. We have some diced ham, onion, garlic, salt and pepper, olive oil. I have a really great mix of oregano, thyme, and sage. And this is some very good chicken broth.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is slowly simmer these things together. And man, when you taste it at the end with some crusty bread, my God,
Slowly simmer. Okay, I can do that.
it'll make you slap your mama.
All right.
So anyway, this is
Just
how we're going to
slapping your
start.
mama.
Just slapping. Go ahead and toast. Go ahead and toast. Just slapping your mama.
Slapping your mama.
Just slapping your mama. So this is how we're going to start. We're going to take our onion, our garlic, and our ham, and we're going to go ahead with some olive oil, and we're going to start sauteing that in that
Okay,
pot there.
I can
Okay.
do that.
And I'll hand you that as
I'll
you
be
get
your
to
gopher.
it. This is so simple. Laura, I'm telling you, it is so good, and especially at this time of year when it's cold and it's icky outside. When you have this and some crusty bread and a glass of wine, your
Life
family's
is
gonna love it.
good.
Yeah, life is
Life
very
is
good.
good.
Here's your
Not
onions
yet. Onions.
and your garlic.
Love garlic.
And you're going to let that saute for probably about 5 to 6 minutes,
Okay, I can do
or
that.
till those onions are a little bit translucent. Okay. By the way, just so that folks know, I have been in corporate America with Fritzy and with Laura. I was there for almost 32 years. My God. And it seems like another lifetime ago now.
Tell them really. 32 years, 22 years.
Well, he started when he was 9.
Yeah.
I have a business now called Reggie in the Kitchen, which is our catering service. And I've been an entertainer most of my life, so I know a lot of folks have seen me in and out of the city of St. Louis performing. So this is all.
Oh my God, he's such a great singer.
So this is all just so cool to be able to do all this, especially with you guys. You know, this is kind of a renaissance for both of us, all three of us, and
I agree.
I'm just so happy about that. I think my scarf is coming off. I guess I better take it off. Let's do it this way. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
what are we doing over here now?
we're going to go ahead and simmer that for a little bit longer.
Okay, I can do that.
And the next thing we're going to do is season this stuff up. I've got some salt and some pepper and that combination of herbs that we talked about,
Okay.
which is sage, oregano, and thyme.
I love all three.
And it smells divine. Smell that.
I don't know how you do it. You always do the combinations that are so perfect.
Yeah. And the next thing we're going to do, we've got some really good chicken broth. Now, guys, you know, buying store chicken broth is fine, but to make your own chicken broth with some of those bones off that rotisserie chicken that you guys are eating on
No
Sunday
comparison.
and
Oh my God.
making it on and let it just simmer for hours, that's the way to do it. And this is
Swanson,
what we have here.
eat your heart
So this
out.
is the real McCoy.
The real McCoy.
Okay.
We're going to do about half of that.
Okay.
And we're going to then put our beans in.
Oh, this sounds good. So I know it's going to taste just as good.
All right. And here's your beans. White kidney beans.
Okay. Just dump all on.
Just dump the whole thing
Got it.
and stir it in. And roughly, once all of that is stirred up, we're going to let this thing simmer for probably about 45 minutes on a low heat.
Okay.
And then after 45 minutes, we're going to put our kale in and let it cook for about, say, 7 8 minutes until it's to a point where it's just really happy inside that old soup. And then at that point, let it sit for about, I guess 10 minutes more. You got something special.
Happy soup.
All right,
Happy
Kale.
soup.
Kale, the
So
game's out
last
here.
45 minutes to an hour later, you'll see this wonderful soup, and I bet you'll be slapping your mom.
Slap your mama.
So now, here we are, an hour later, and the soup is divine. It is here, and I just got to get you guys to taste this. This is what I call super comfort food.
Wow.
You know, our Tuscan white beans and ham with kale. Smells good, and now here's the final test.
This
Let's
is
see
my
if it.
favorite
Yeah, stop
type
tooting
of
your
Go
horn and
for
let
it.
us toot.
Go for it. Go for it.
We're going to tell you the truth, the
All
whole
right.
truth, and nothing
And
but
do
it.
that. Do that, please. Please.
Let me try one more time. I'm not sure. One more time.
I love that kale too.
Now,
I do.
I don't know
Really
if the
good.
audience knows this, but I've just picked up my own glass of wine because I want to join the party. Let's go ahead and have a toast to this wonderful comfort food, our
Here.
wonderful friendship,
And friendship.
Yes.
and the things that we're going to do in the future. And as always,
Absolutely.
we're
We're
still
still
brain dead and
brain dead
cooking.
and
See you next week.